Riverdale sometimes deals with disturbing and problematic topics. We've provided a list of content warnings in the episode description. Hello and welcome to Dead Ends. I'm Emily.
I'm Brenton.
And we have 2 new episodes of Riverdale for you.
Boy, do we.
Boy, do we. We've been waiting for this one, and we lied to you a long time ago, and we told you that this scene was coming at the end of the last season, and we were wrong.
Yeah, totally wrong.
We were totally wrong.
But you could understand, since it was wrapping up the farm plot line, why we would think that.
Also, we know I don't have good memory when it comes to shows and TV. I have really good memory. I cannot remember anything I watch. Like, it's a mystery to me. Sometimes we put on these episodes and it's like I've never seen them before.
Well, and to be fair, everything that we've watched for this show, besides Veronica Mars, has been just plot overload. There's just so much happening to like store in your brain that I understand why you wouldn't, wouldn't keep it all for long-term storage.
And keep it in here. I was also busy back then,
But we'll never forget.
Watching,
neither will you.
Watching Chad Michael Murray get in his rocket.
Yes. And it's Evel Knievel. He's got that nice like leather jacket on when he's on the stairs. That shot is hilarious to me of like Alice is like, look up there. And then the camera zooms in on him and he's like standing up there like he's in like a Guess ad or something.
It reminds me of like when you catch a toddler with something and they look at you and then they run. Like they want to make sure you know that they have the object they're not supposed to have before they take off running.
But he gives you he hits him with the blue steel before he runs up there.
He's like, ooh, I'm Chad Michael Murray.
We had to go take the boy out, so there's a time jump here. But now we're back. We were talking about Edgar, and there's something about him, the wrap up to this entire plot line of the farm that I find the most ridiculous thing that's ever happened on the show. There was like magic and feigned magic and griffins and gargoyles and drugs and things like that, but there's something about him dressed in an Evel Knievel jumpsuit and there's like this big toy rocket that he's going to launch off with that I find absolutely ridiculous. I don't know. Maybe that's just me.
I agree. I think what really speaks to it is the fact that you have Chad Michael Murray. Who is a notoriously beautiful man.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
they have him with like his shirt off like half the episode.
Well, and like my entire youth was spent thinking Chad Michael Murray is a beautiful man. Yeah. And it's not wrong.
Older sister that was like, I think she had a poster up on the wall. Like that sort of vibe. You know what I mean?
He was in a Cinderella story.
Yeah. She loved One Tree Hill.
And of course he was in Gilmore Girls.
That's right. Which he left for One Tree Hill.
He did. And I don't blame him because it is like probably a bigger role for him or whatever. But I'm like, damn, I wish I could have seen the Tristan plotline instead of the Jess plotline then, you know? That's my personal feelings. But anyway, it's him in the jumpsuit. Like, because he has aged so well. You know what I mean? He's not old by any stretch of the imagination, but like he's still just as hot as he was when he was younger. And so it's like, it's just hilarious. It's like, here's this like, I don't know, is he 40-something-year-old man in an Evel Knievel jumpsuit getting ready to take off in his rocket. And I just can't help but think like, is this a commentary on like what we think wealthy men want to do with their money? Like, would they all want to take off in their little rockets?
I mean, it's fair enough.
And run their little cults?
You're not wrong. It's certainly what they do now.
And it's so aesthetic.
Yeah.
Like, visually, it's a beautiful scene.
Yes, it is. These episodes look great.
Yeah.
They look fantastic.
Most of the show looks great most of the time.
But I mean, like, you're getting a lot of, entirely new set. There's lots of...
Him in the pool on the phone. Oh, yeah. I love it. In the empty pool.
Like, I called attention to the shot where, like, because it very intentionally, the camera literally zooms in while you're saying, like, it jumps from, like, far away to close up on him. But yeah, he's framed like he's in a model ad, like, up at the top there. Like,
yeah. I'm going to buy those Abercrombie jeans.
Yeah.
I just love it. I think it's so fun. I think this is what the show at this point should be. Like, I think when you're going to make a show this ridiculous, like these are like some decent plot lines. I think this and I think Stonewall Prep is like a good direction for the show that I think is a little better than the Griffins and Gargoyles of it. Because I think they didn't do enough with the Griffins and Gargoyles. Like, I think if it had been more culty, but they kind of were using like it as a misdirect for the farm to be the real cult.
Yeah, and we missed some opportunities to, I guess, like have a bit more like fun with it. You know, I don't think there's anything. The way that all wraps up is this big fight out in the woods and stuff like that, where they go through these trials, and the trials are kind of whatever.
Shut up by Cheryl's mom.
Yeah, exactly. Whereas like this just like really hits in a weird way because you're also doing, I mean, it's named after Dog Day Afternoon. I haven't seen the movie, but I know well enough that it is, you know, a tense bank robbery movie. And you're doing that like similar thing here where it's like this tense standoff and it just leads to such ridiculous conclusions that you can't help but be into it.
And they deliver the scenes so seriously.
Yes, yeah.
And I'm like so impressed by that because I don't know if I could deliver these scenes so seriously. I mean, obviously I'm not a professional actor, but I'm not even an amateur actor. But my acting credits are fresh sophomore year of high school, maybe the last time I did something. But it's like to make them just like talk about this as if it's normal is so good. It's also like men are fucking crazy. So like in the world we live in now, I'm like, isn't that outlandish that a man would do this?
It's like the way the prop rocket too looks like.
Oh, so good. What do you think would have happened if he'd taken off in the rocket?
I know. I don't know. Yeah, where was he gonna go?
Where was he gonna go? Was it all like?
There's a choice too that it's not like I want a helicopter. No, he built a rocket.
Yeah, he built a rocket for himself. Who built the rocket? Yeah. And the rest of the farmies were going to get driven off a cliff by Evelyn. And she was down with that?
With Alice and Betty attached to the front.
Of course.
That's like a very minor note.
But it's so good.
The way, because exactly what you're saying, delivering it. I mean, you know, we laughed at it on our Instagram because we took a video. You can follow us on Instagram, deadendspcast. Or Dead Ends on Instagram. The username is deadendspcast. But the way Matt Shit and Meek goes, and Edgar's going to take off in his rocket.
And she delivered that line. And Lily Reinhart didn't laugh. I mean, she might have, but at least in that take, she didn't. She didn't even have a smirk.
I can't imagine what you'd, especially in this part of the season. I mean,
you had to be really anchored in to get through that.
Yeah, Madeline. I think it was I forget the guy who does the interview. It's like happy. Oh God, I can't. Happy something confused. It's like interviews with like actors and like directors and stuff. Happy, sad, confused. I think is it.
I think that sounds right.
Was interviewing her and she was like, oh God, Riverdale. It's just like, didn't I keep my brother's body? Or
yeah.
Like just imagining the side, like you're getting this and you're like, oh.
Okay.
Yeah.
I love it though. I think like just commit. I don't love the Cheryl stuff. Cheryl is such a good, interesting character, and to bring her back to just like her being obsessed with her dead brother is so fucking annoying.
But it's
Girly has so much more going for her, like any other plot line.
There's like, I think also because it is still so campy and silly, like capital S silly, that I'm not as annoyed by it. I understand why you're being annoyed.
I don't like it because
she was gaslighting Toni.
Yeah,
but it's not treated as in like the emotional trauma that she's exerting on Toni over this. It's just like Toni's like, fine, you win, as if they're like a couple arguing over doing the dishes.
Yeah, it's the normalcy of it all.
Yes. Well, should we get into the cast this week?
Yeah, let's
get on with the show. All right. So I'm highlighting the 4 Stonewall Prep seminar kids.
The Stonewall 4?
Dun dun dun. We'll see. Maybe. Alex Brema plays Jonathan. Smaller CV of things that I've particularly noted. He was in the Tomorrowland movie, which is the famous flop I think Brad Bird did, a guy who directed Incredibles. Named after, yes, you guessed it, it was a Disney movie.
What was Tomorrowland?
I would have to.
Was it the zombie one?
No, it was like a futuristic city that was like this, like that was like kept hidden from the world or something. And I think George Clooney like had grown up there and had left there, but then gets pulled back in.
Wait,
I'll have to
that
look
sounds
at the synopsis.
interesting.
It's supposedly really bad.
Okay, well,
but
but didn't they say
interesting-
that about Jupiter Ascending?
That's right. And that is a 5-star movie. That's a classic movie. I'll stand by it. He was in 10 episodes of the Exorcist TV show.
Okay.
And this is for your parents. He was in 19 episodes of Resident Alien as David Logan.
They love Resident Alien.
Yeah. So, shout out to them.
If you ever want to hear someone talk about their hyperfixation show, just let me know and I'll record my parents talking about Resident Alien.
That's right. Yeah.
I'll get their consent. It's California. I know the law.
Actually, this is, we're going to pony up for it. That's Patreon bonuses.
Make
$5
a
a month.
Patreon so I can manipulate my parents.
That's right. They get none of it.
My mom's retired. We need something to do.
This screen cap that was off the fandom was perfect. I'm like, yep, this
He's
describes
so
his
punchable.
He's really good at it. This Sean Deppner playing Brett Weston Wallace. Again, a smaller CV. 2 episodes of Fargo in the 2023 season. His name was Josh Hunk. Great name. 2 episodes of the Nancy Drew TV show, and also had guest starred on Supernatural in the past.
Wow, good for him.
All right. She's got the biggest one. If we've seen her, at least us, you and I, in a different show. This is Sarah, I'm going to say Desjardins.
Desjardins?
Yeah, or Desjardins. I'm not quite sure.
I want to say the S, but I don't know.
Playing Donna Sweet. Was also in an episode of Supernatural and was also in an episode of Wayward Pines. Just pulling in, our TV shows we like to point out here.
Mm-hmm.
Will be in a future episode in part 4 of Chilling Adventures of Sabrina as Katie.
Mm-hmm.
Is currently on Yellow Jackets. She plays, I can't remember Melanie Linsky's character name. She's her daughter in like the present day timeline.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So he's like, my mom's weird.
Mm-hmm.
I have not seen seasons 2 or 3. Was also in the Dead Boy Detectives, and most recently Tron Ares.
The Dead Boy Detectives was a very good show,
Yes.
and the fact that they canceled it is
crime.
actually a crime.
Mm-hmm.
I might feel worse about that than I do about them ending the Chilling Adventures of Sabrina when they did.
That's true, because you only got 10 episodes.
Yeah, I only got 10 episodes, and it was good.
It was really good.
It was really good, and it was sweet, and it was fun.
Mm-hmm.
It was very fun.
And the 2 actors at the front of that were just fantastic.
They were fantastic. Like, I think that's what made it good. I don't know if, like,
Yeah. I mean,
conceptually, the show was fun. Yeah.
Mhm.
But I'm like, but they made it so good. And they're like romance, not romance. And it's just, like,
Yeah.
I loved it. Oh, it makes me sad.
Yeah. So
Bring it back.
totally. Yeah.
That and Shadow and Bone, because I wanted the Six of Crows series spinoff.
Right. Because all those
And-
characters, those actors also that played the Six Crows characters were all fantastic.
And they're exactly how I pictured them in my head when I read it.
Mhm.
Like, and because I'd read it before, I was like, oh my God, they found these people. Like, and I mean, when I picture people in my head when I'm reading, I'm not like, and their nose looks like this. And their eye, like, but I'm like, this is the exact embodiment of this character.
Yeah.
Like, to a crazy degree.
Yeah.
It was so good. It was so well cast.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's unfortunate. I remember feeling season 2 Shadow and Bone was like,
Yeah, it wasn't
So I
as
think
good.
that's kind of.
But I think it's because they brought the Six of Crows character. Like, they shouldn't have been in that story. Like, you know what I mean? Those weren't 2 stories that overlapped initially. So they did some major changing.
And they did at least in season 1 a better job at balancing that.
Yeah, I
and
think
then it's
so.
like,
Well,
why
because
are
they
the
were on
bank-
separate paths.
Yeah, that like happened to intersect.
It was just like, here's the world.
Yeah. Well, all right. So our last one. Oh no! I forgot to pull in the right picture. All right.
Pause.
Well, exactly.
Magic.
Magic. You saw nothing.
Well, if
Right.
they're listening, they did. They don't know why we're just yelling magic.
That's true. So Doraline Mew is playing Joan. Was recently a small role in the Oz Perkins horror movie, The Monkey. Also in one episode of, hey, let's rattle off some TV shows we'd like to name on here. Wild Cards and The 100, and also the Charmed reboot.
Oh.
And will be in that same episode that Sarah Desjardins is in part 4 of the Chilling Adventures of Sabrina.
Nice.
So we'll see here in just a few seasons.
Sounds good.
Well, that is it for our cast this week.
Let's get into the recap.
Let's do it. All right. I already said the episode title. This is Chapter 60, Dog Day Afternoon, named after the 1975 American neo-noir crime drama. And like I said, like that's a bank robbery movie. Where I believe... I'll have to look it up. Never mind. I'll hold my thoughts. All right. Monroe comes to the boxing gym with his brother Malcolm, who's been hanging at the Wipeout Arcade, where there's a bunch of drug dealers. Archie agrees with Monroe that it's time to open the gym as a community center. Jughead moves into his dorm room, and Jughead and Betty reaffirm that they'll be okay, even though he's away. Veronica froze before completing her last name change, but she's like, I'll still do this later, and Archie then asks for her help with the community center, but they have sex first.
Fair enough.
Moose wanders into Jughead's dorm room. He goes by Marmaduke now, and apparently he had a nervous breakdown after all the shit with his dad. If you remember, he was in that one episode where he pretended to be the Gargoyle King and also had a weird fixation with Kevin because he was in love with Tom as a kid.
Mm-hmm.
And came to the academy to start over and asked Jughead to keep it between them. And he warns them to keep it tight-lipped, especially around Brett, who appears behind them. Apparently, Marmaduke, Brett, and Jughead are all roommates. Archie and Monroe talk to Miss Weiss, who will help them transform the boxing gym into a community center, but they'll need to make a lot of renovations first. Charles tailed Kevin and found where the farm is now. They listen in on an FBI agent delivering a pizza, and he gets taken because everyone's like, wait a minute, you're not the same pizza guy, and they hear gunshots.
Which is crazy because also, like, what do you mean the same pizza guy?
I know. They're like, you're not our guy. And then, yeah, these are part-time workers probably. Edgar talks over the wire to not send anybody else in, or they'll kill him. Such an escalation to the farm. Toni and Cheryl try to have a quiet night, but they hear Nana Rose. Toni wonders if they need a caretaker for her, and Cheryl's like, no. And then they hear Nana Rose scream and find her staring into the fire. Nana Rose thinks Cheryl's Penelope and says she thought she saw the triplets burning in the fire.
A lot of burning babies in this show.
Yeah.
No explanation.
Yeah, we never got an explanation on the levitating babies, did we?
No.
Huh. Archie needs $40K to renovate the gym.
It was just Betty's seizure.
Yeah. Interesting. It's kind of like the Hat Man. People like see things when something happens, you know? It's like a hallucination.
Like when you take too many Benadryl.
Yeah. I saw a post that was like, do you think Benadryl, the corporation, knows about the Hat Man?
Oh, 100%. They just know they can't advertise about the Hat Man because then kids will,
Oh, right. Go see the Hat Man.
Yeah, it'll be like a thing, which is not, don't do that.
Sounds terrifying.
That sounds awful.
You can just watch Ravenswood for that.
Yeah, or just I don't know. Just use your brain to scare yourself. Mine does it all by itself. I don't need any drugs to help me.
That's right.
I can be terrified sober.
All right.
It's true.
I know. It's just.
Isn't your brain scary enough by itself?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Archie needs $40K to renovate the gym and doesn't want Veronica's help or money and wants to work for it. Veronica's like, I have an idea. And it's like they have a car wash, but it's the boys getting naked this time instead of, how it usually is. They only earn $400. And Veronica's like, sorry, I overestimated. Maybe if you all get naked instead. And they all like, oh, no. And she's like, okay, I'll come up with something else.
I thought that was hilarious.
It's such a funny scene.
Veronica's like, well, nudity.
They don't do comedy like this on this show, where it's like a referential thing where it's like playing with like a known trope, and then like the joke at the end of it is like, oh, it didn't actually work out. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Betty gets a call from her mom's phone, but it's Edgar. He's acting paranoid. It says Alice admitted that she's the rat. He asked for $250K, food and water for his followers, and a bus, and he gives her only 5 hours.
What is the money for?
So he needs some money, some walking around money when he escapes, I guess.
In his rocket?
Yeah.
Where does he think he's going in the rocket?
He's going to land somewhere.
Where?
I don't know. Maybe they need money on the moon or whatever planet he's headed to.
I don't know.
I assume, I don't know. That's the thing with the rocket. How do you land?
Where's he going? What's the purpose of the rocket?
I don't know. Men in their rockets.
But literally, I think this is a very spot-on allegory.
Jughead attends his seminar, and the group reviews Brett's story. Everyone but Jughead gives it glowing reviews, and then Brett digs into Jughead, and Mr. Chipping's like, well, all stories have to have relatability. And Brett then digs into Jughead's background. He's like, I can't relate to being a poor person. And then Jughead gets mad and gets a warning from Mr. Chipping for no fighting. Cheryl finds a man named Darius in her house, and turns out he's a nurse that Toni hired to take care of Nana Rose. He is in scrubs. Jughead comes back to his room and finds Marmaduke with Donna from his seminar, and they're hooking up, and he's like, oh, no. And then she's like, hey, Jughead, I'm going to stop hooking up and address you right now, actually. Don't cross Brett because he's a diplomat, son. I didn't write the slang she put down.
A diplobrat, right?
Diplobrat, there you go.
Diplobrat.
And then after she leaves, Jughead then confirms with Marmaduke. It's like, her? And he's like, I'm bi. And he's like, don't erase me. Betty gets another call from Edgar, and Charles asks her to buy time. They ask to release a hostage. She's like, I knew you wouldn't take me seriously, so I already released a hostage. And they turn around to find Polly at the FBI office with a bomb vest on. And then Charles is like, she's got a dead man switch in her hand. If she lets go of that, then everybody explodes. And Charles is like, Betty, you're going to have to defuse the bomb. There's multiple field agents behind you, Charles.
Because they don't want her to lift her finger up. They're afraid she'll get startled.
By someone else?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't think it's a good plot line, but I understood it.
And then Betty has to do the classic defuse the bomb thing. It's like, find the wire, which one to cut. Then she cuts the wire, and it starts counting down faster, which is another classic thing. And then they eventually figure it out by putting a hairpin into the switch to stop it.
That was Betty Eraser. They don't do shit. So Charles tells everyone to get back. It's too late, and he says they need a pin, but Polly doesn't have the pin because Edgar took it, and so then Betty pulls a bobby pin out of her hair and does it, which I think is just like quintessential Betty.
Yeah, she figures
it out while the men in the FBI office hide under their desks.
Yes, that is what happened.
I was like, we are not participating in Betty Erasure right here.
I do apologize.
Yeah, you back up the train. That's one of the only things I wrote down about this episode.
Mr. Chipping gives everyone a mystery story, but the final chapter where the murderer is revealed is missing, and everyone has to write their own ending, and then they'll all vote at who is the best, because apparently voting will teach them a lesson.
Well, I think it's like anonymous, you know.
But why vote? Why don't you all just write different ways, and you talk about the different ways that you can end a story? Anyways.
To teach the two boys in the dick measuring contest that they're not the best writer in the class.
That's fair. And they're supposed to meet back at the seminar at 9 p.m. That's why I couldn't go to Stonewall Prep. 9 p.m.
I go to bed.
That's my bedtime routine. I'm reading a book. Monroe says Malcolm got jumped by thugs, and they work for a guy named Dodd.
Why did you say thugs like that?
Thugs.
Yeah, I was like, okay, Blanche Devereaux. The thugs out on the street.
I tell you, Dorothy.
Yeah, exactly.
And they work for a guy named Dodger. I find this hilarious.
Why?
Oliver Twist, Artful Dodger, who runs all the orphans.
I didn't read Oliver Twist.
I've seen it. A youth production.
Was it good?
I remember it being fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was it like a professional youth production?
Yeah.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
When you said that, I was imagining like your elementary school did on
I can't remember if we went on like a field trip or something.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Monroe,
I rescind my commentary.
Yeah, so you watch out out of this theater that I don't remember the name of.
From 20-something years ago?
That's right. Probably 99 or 2000. No, that's too early. Maybe 2002. Monroe wants to go down with Archie to beat them up, and Archie's like, wait, no, you need to back off so you don't get in trouble. Let's talk to FP. Polly tells Betty that Edgar is going to sacrifice followers one by one unless they follow Edgar's demands. Betty visits Veronica to ask for help, but doesn't tell her whole story for why she needs $250,000. And Veronica's like, here, take one of these Glamourget eggs.
So Veronica's willing to just hand over $40K to Archie, but she doesn't have $250K in cash for Betty.
No, it's a lot of money.
I mean, I get that's a big jump, but like, is it really that big of a jump for Veronica Lodge?
Well, okay, actually, here's the thing. She can cut Archie a check for $40K. Mm-hmm. She doesn't. It'd be harder to get $250,000 worth of cash.
Okay, yeah, you're right. Okay, the cash aspect.
Yeah. She then meets Betty then meets with Toni to get fake passports.
Which Toni would recognize these people's names, right?
Yeah, at least fangs. She then Betty then steals
What did he need the passports for?
all the passports. Yeah,
If they were all gonna,
just a diversion, maybe, just to see if
Betty would do all the steps.
Yeah. She then steals the bus keys and arrives at the farm compound, which is a caged-in large motel. She asks Edgar for her mom, but then gets knocked out by Evelyn, who's wearing a beret like she's a revolutionary and has like a rifle. Brett intimidates Jughead and digs into his past while the seminaries are all writing. Jughead grabs Brett by the collar and tells him at least he has a family who cares, and shuts him up. And they go back to writing. Veronica comes home and finds her dad back in the office, and she's like, how'd you get out? And Hiram's like, I own the jail. He's upset she's planning on changing her name, and he says he changed his name back in the day from Jaime Luna to earn respect because his father, didn't command respect. And then when his father found out, he beat him. And then it's like, I never understood his anger, but now I understand that anger now that you're going to change your last name.
Which doesn't make any sense because didn't everyone in this town know him?
As Hiram.
Hiram Lodge.
Yeah. And then tells her that she'll never outrun her past or her family. Mary asks Archie to come back to Chicago with her, and he's like, well, how am I going to have money to go to school? And she's like, well, I have a fund for college, and I want...
Your dad and I started a fund for you for college.
Mm-hmm. And he's like, well, I want to use that for the community center. And she's like, no, there's too much crime here. And Archie's like, well, I'm not moving, and I'm going to stay here and make a difference, just like my dad did. Then Archie goes upstairs, grabs gloves and a bat, and sneaks out his window. Archie rolls up to the art cage and puts a bandana on his hood on. He rolls up on Dodger and his boys and warns them to stop, and Dodger strolls up to College Bluff. Veronica brings Mary a check to give Archie for the community center, and then Mary rejects it and says if you give him that check, he won't go to college. And Veronica's like, well, I believe in your son, so I'm investing in him. It's not just the community center, and leaves the check on the table. Cheryl walks into the mausoleum where she keeps Jason and finds he's in a different spot. Uh-oh.
It's a chapel, isn't it?
Chapel. There you go.
Should be a mausoleum.
I always forget what it's called. Monroe comes into the boxing gym and finds Archie hurt on the couch in the office. And then Archie's like, Dodger won't mess with Malcolm anymore. And he's like, I got the money to invest in the community center, and points to a big bag of cash he stole off of him. And then Monroe says, this cash has to be cleaned first. Could your girlfriend help us? Mr. Chipping reveals Donna's story won, and Jughead and Brett tied for last place. Betty wakes up tied to a chair next to her mom. The plan is for Evelyn to drive the bus of farmies off a cliff as a distraction while Edgar takes off in a rocket he built. Alice and Betty are to be tied to the front of the bus as shields. Darius asks for a key to the house and says there's rats in the walls and that he went down into the basement, and Cheryl loses it on him and fires him. Evelyn goes to bring the Coopers, but finds they escape to their chairs. Betty sneaks up behind her and knocks her out, and then Betty steals her entire outfit. Archie brings the money to Veronica, and she tells him to burn the money because, you don't want to go about this way, and just let me pay for the renovations. Betty pretends to be in charge, and Alice says, speak with enough authority, and people in a cult will do anything you say. Fangs then looks at Betty, and he's like, traitor, and she smacks him with a gun. Alice notices Edgar on the staircase, and Alice takes the gun from Betty. Betty finds Principal Weatherby had his finger cut off, and he's like, I don't know how this happened to me. And then Betty's like, well, get everybody on the bus. Betty calls Charles and says, he's like, the governor is sending in a team of mercenaries. Alice holds Edgar up at gunpoint next to his rocket, and then he draws a gun as well, and Betty hears gunshots, and we see that Alice shot him first. And she goes, Edgar ascended. Monroe teaches boxing to kids at the gym as Mary comes in and says she's going to do pro bono work at Riverdale and will help Archie with the community center. Hooray! Veronica visits Hiram at jail, and she's changed her name to Veronica Luna now and is taking steps to keep him out of the Penbrook. Cheryl visits Jason and wonders if Darius saw him, and then a rat emerges from his chest cavity. And then Cheryl sews it back up when Toni comes in. Nasty. Jughead finds flyers up all with the newspaper article about Marmaduke's dad and past, and Jughead vents to Betty about Brett putting up the article all over the place. Alice is apparently now writing an article on the farm, and Polly's at a rehab getting help, and the doorbell rings, and they open it and find a VHS tape on the doorstep. The end.
Okay, so We've already talked about the Edgar of it all.
Yes.
It doesn't make sense.
No.
It's great. I'm having a great time.
Yeah.
I wish it made more sense.
I understand. Well,
I wish they explained, like, if the passports were a misdirect, then tell me they're a misdirect. Like, I needed slightly more context for what Edgar was doing.
Yeah. They're playing with multiple things here of like, I mean, it's always been 70s. They've always been like, you know, flower child adjacent thing, even though they're not. It's more like Jonestown sort of thing. And I think that's where it eventually goes to, of like, we're just going to kill them all, but they don't mesh with that everybody's a believer like Jonestown, where everybody like
drink the Kool-Aid.
Exactly. It's like, no, Edgar and Evelyn are somehow, all these people are just sheep so that Edgar and Evelyn can push him in directions.
Well, why would Evelyn agree to this?
Right, to drive the bus off the cliff?
Yeah.
I don't know. What? Yeah, and like, you know, what is he going to do with the rocket?
And what does he want the money for?
I don't know.
And does he think the rocket's going to work? It's like, is it just showing that he's so delusional and they're all so delusional that they're like, Evelyn falls for him too and it's just like willing to go along with his plans?
Yeah, maybe. They're playing with that he's like at this like paranoid state. But...
Well, and it's like, yeah, like they're like, oh, we're going to ascend or whatever. But it's not like, they're not telling them that they're going to drive them all off the cliff.
No. We're just getting on the bus.
So I don't really know what's going on there.
No.
Sending Polly with the vest, I'm like, I mean, Polly is like the least consistent character on the show. Is Polly rational? Is Polly not rational? Is Polly a manipulative bitch? Is she just a victim? I don't know. And they don't make it interesting enough for me to care.
No.
I wish they made Polly more interesting as a character because like it's an interesting story. Like this girl's just being fucked over by everyone, by Jason dying, by her dad, by the farm. Like it would make a really compelling story. But we're not going to talk about that.
No.
Polly's living the PLL life. She is like Spencer. Like life is happening to her.
She's in terms of like that, like, is she good? Is she not? You know, I hate to say it because I like the character a lot more, but she's like Mona.
Yeah.
But like,
but she's not because she's not like planning anything herself.
That's true.
Polly isn't manipulating anybody by herself.
Maybe more like Jenna. It's like because Jenna always seems like Jenna's doing something, but Jenna's not actually doing something.
Yeah. Or like the twins that drive Allison around for a while in their bug.
Right. Love the car.
Yeah, great time.
But yeah, there's something that you could be there of like, damn, look at how all the things that have happened to Polly because of like where she sits at as, you know, out of being a woman or being manipulated. Pick a theme. But there's nothing there.
Yeah, it would be more interesting, but it's not. And it's strange.
It's fun. It's not fun to think and talk. Well, it's fun to talk about in a sense. It's not fun to dig into, but it's very fun when it happens.
Yeah, you're like, okay, so then coming out from the farm, we've got Alice, who's been a secret agent this whole time and is also doing it to get her inside scoop. Basically, Alice just wants the story.
You know what's wild?
That woman is dedicated to her craft. I have never been that dedicated to anything.
No. She just wanted a scoop.
She just wanted a scoop. And she said, I'll work for the FBI. Let me in.
You know, Drew Barrymore and Never Been Kissed could never.
It's hilarious. It's crazy, and it's the most Alice thing yet. Honestly, it's so on brand for Alice that it's not shocking.
No. Alice, another one of those of like, is she good? Is she not?
The entire Cooper family. Yes. It brings me back to the whole, like, we could have just like a Keeping Up with the Coopers show.
Yeah.
Coming in and out with Chip and Charles and FP technically and Jughead. Like, who's technically a Cooper?
Yeah.
Hell, half the cast is related in the show, not in real life. Yeah. Not the cast, the characters.
Yeah, flip it.
That was wrong. But yeah, I don't understand. I don't understand this at all. I think that's really all I have on the farm. Is there anything you want to say on the farm?
No, yeah, I think we've talked enough.
Okay, so then I want to talk about Archie and his mom. And Archie in this gym, and Archie's in his new era. He's in his my dad died era.
Yeah.
And he's like, I need to be the heart of this town like my dad was. Which is like a way more interesting plot line for Archie. I'll give him that, you know? But I don't like his mom, once again, another very inconsistent character. I support you, I don't support you. I support you, I don't support you. I'm going to move you even though you can't get a football scholarship if I move you.
And I feel like we've already had this conversation of trying to move him.
Yeah,
and it's
like 3 or 4 times.
It's like we're done.
We're done. We're over it. We
Yeah.
don't care. I don't care.
No.
And then he's like, Monroe, don't go fight those guys. And then he goes and fights them. And I'm like, God, he just gets stupider still.
It's a retread of everything. He's like, well, I'm not going to reform the Red Circle. I'm doing this for the right reasons this time.
Yeah, and we'll get more into the next episode, too. It's like he's got to be in his like vigilante area.
Yeah, I don't remember
Superhero.
where this goes with him this season, but I'm like, really?
Well, they just wanted to put him in the tights.
Yeah.
Just fair.
Yeah. Now he's doing it. Now he's doing it on his own.
Who do I want to talk about next?
Oh, just real quick. Archie trying to turn his boxing gym into a community center. Colt holding people hostage and a governor sending him mercenaries.
Yeah.
Those are completing plot lines in this episode.
Those are. And then we've got Veronica who's like, I'm fighting for the good of myself, and so I want to change my name. And like she's like, fine, I can't run from my family, so I'll reclaim it all the way back. Like, neither can you, Dad, which is such a good checkmate.
It's really good that she's like, ooh, you gave me an idea.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you can't run from family either, Father.
Yeah.
I love that, but there's not much in it. You know what I mean?
No, it's mostly her trying to convince Archie to let her help him, which is also one of those things that makes Archie annoying. It's like, yeah, let your like girlfriend help you.
With money.
Yeah.
And then we have Cheryl.
Yep.
And Toni. I would love for there to be a Cheryl and Toni plotline where they're not fighting over something so weird and so uncomfortable.
It's really gross.
It's so gross. And it's so... I just can't. It's so disgusting.
It's really gross.
Like this... No. Just no. No.
Their fight, yeah. That she's keeping the secret from Toni. I mean, already we're
And what
annoyed.
the secret is.
Yeah, then the secret is I'm keeping my brother's dead body that I talked to.
Well, and it's not even like she's got him in a coffin down there. Like, and you know what I mean? Like, she just can't bring herself to bury him. It's like she's wheeling him around the house.
It's nasty.
It's disgusting.
It's gross.
I hate it. It's not for me.
Nope.
Then we have Jughead at Stonewall Prep.
Yeah.
First of all, this fucking teacher was like, I'm going to bring this poor kid into this rich kid school, put him in this advanced seminar, and then watch these kids all be mean to him.
Yeah. Mr. Chipping has no authority.
No. His students are awfully behaved.
Yeah. And he just goes, well.
Yeah. Kids.
Especially the next one.
Yeah, the next
just
one.
like, huh.
Well, it's just what they do.
Yeah.
Brett should be suspended.
It's the boys will be boys of hazing.
Mm-hmm. They drug him. Anyway, we'll get to that in the next one. I'm like, that can't be legal.
No.
You know, from what I know as an individual.
Mhm.
His dad's a fucking sheriff.
Tell your dad.
Tell your dad. So we've got this writing competition that's basically just a dick measuring contest for them. And then Donna wins, which we love, but like, because we support girlies.
That's right.
But we don't know much about Donna.
No, she kind of seems like women's wrongs at the moment.
She does. She does. She kind of goes all over the place with that, you know?
Yeah, it's like she's very helpful to Jughead, but then not like a friend to Jughead.
Yeah.
And like, what's the relationship with Marmaduke?
Just fun. She's like, I'm not
Fair
embarrassed by anything I do. That's what
true.
she said. She's like, I'm not ashamed of what I do. And I love that. Fuck
Yeah.
who you want. Be safe.
That's true.
As long as, you know.
And we have to tell the audience he is in fact bi,
Yeah. Which
because
is,
it's not self-evident apparently.
he can fuck whoever he wants to fuck.
Yeah.
I did notice that the door closes and the tie's still on the door and Jughead's now in there with him. So I'm just saying. I don't know.
Boys will be boys.
Boys will be boys, I guess.
Literally.
Yeah, I don't really have much else to dig into on this episode. I think that's all I've got for this.
Yep, that's it for me too.
That and that then at the very end you've got Betty and Jughead cuddling, discussing, and Jughead's like, yeah, it's just crazy all these things happened to me. And I'm like, she was taken by a cult.
Yeah. Yes, the fact that Jughead dominates the scene talking about his bullshit. And I'm like, she's had a much bigger day.
She was going to be tied to the front of a van.
Yeah. She had to convince people to get fake passports, steal a bus. Come on now.
Betty did more in one day, Jughead, than you've done all year.
Defused a bomb.
Saved her sister, got her mom back.
Saved all those people on the bus.
Including their principal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Then they call back to Principal Weatherby being like, I don't know how I got caught up in this.
Shall we move to Halloween?
Let's do it. Do you need a pause or anything?
No.
All right. Let us move right in then. So, hey, guess what? Chapter 61, Halloween. Apparently a few things I pulled from fandom because there's this is just a bunch of references in this episode. They confirmed at New York Comic Con that there would be the Poison Ivy and Harley Quinn because they got clearance from DC Comics. Unfortunately, it's the Harley Quinn from the Suicide Squad costume, which I must prefer the more Harley Quinn costume from Batman the Animated Series. Because if you also follow our Instagram, you know I'm a man of a certain age. Archie dressed up at... mean I'm old.
That sounds so weird.
Apologies.
No, it's okay. It's just me, I think. It's not you.
I'm sure that came out bad.
No, I think I just had a giggle.
Archie dressed up this episode as Pureheart the Powerful, which was his superhero identity from the 90s. Archie Super Teen comics, and it's also the Monroe the Shield is a superhero from those comics as well. And then there's various references to a Halloween film. Betty's like, I'm dressed up as Laurie Strode. That's one of them. The escaped inmate sort of thing is same thing as Michael Myers. And also apparently Michael Myers gets set on fire in Halloween 2. Oh. And then also the lettering for like the day after Halloween, day before Halloween is like resembles the Halloween letters. And apparently there was a separate score soundtrack released from this that was composed by Blake Neely and Sherry Chung, which is cool. And then a couple other references that I noticed, and I'm sure there are more because each one of these seems to be referencing some sort of movie. The Betty plotline, and as you know, that there's multiple lines referencing when a stranger calls, which is the calls coming from inside the house, and also have you checked on the children. And then the videotapes being dropped at people's doors, that's from Lost Highway, the David Lynch movie. So I was like, I know that. Not my favorite Lynch, but it's still pretty good.
I don't really do scary movies, but I do think if you liked scary movies, that this was probably like a really interesting episode for you.
Yeah.
Like for Easter eggs.
Exactly. It's a lot of references.
It's kind of like that episode we got that was done really cool because of how they cut it with the scary guy when they're driving the truck and
yes,
when they're trying to do
with Tony Todd and everything.
Yes, exactly. Like because they do all the different like kind of cuts and like scary movie reference there. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that's it seems
as in a scary movie, not as in Scary Movie the franchise. Just
Anna Faris was in it.
Like the scariest movie I think I've seen is Scary Movie. No, that's not true. I watched It Follows.
Oh, was it really scary?
I've seen Last House on the Left and When a Stranger Calls, actually. Ooh. I went through a phase where like the kids I was hanging out with in high school liked to watch scary movies, and I thought one of the boys was cute, so I would go.
Last House on the Left is a rape revenge, right?
I don't know. I didn't watch.
Oh, I see.
I covered my eyes.
Okay. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. The Coopers, FP, and Charles find that the VHS is a recording of 6 hours of the outside of their house, exactly like in Lost Highway. At the beginning of that movie is the two main characters find one. It's a first of the inside of their house, and then it's like of them sleeping in their bed, and then there's another one of literally a man standing over it, and then there's the final tape is the main character like having stabbed the woman that he lives with, or like his wife, and yeah, so
horrifying.
Yeah, no, and I forget the guy's name. I think he's just called Mystery Man or something. Who's like in like pale makeup and stuff. The Pale Man.
I don't like that.
Who he talks to and like hands the tape over. Yeah,
it's already getting dark. We gotta hurry through this.
It's good.
Don't get scared.
Over the weeks, people all over Riverdale started receiving the videos, and the day before Halloween, everyone's on edge. We see Alice is now shacking up with the Jones and is in a thing with FP.
Well, it's her house.
Yeah, but she sold it.
But she was the
she's she's with FP though.
Yeah.
Alice asked Betty to invite Charles over to hang so they can all be back together again. And then Jellybean and Betty are both like everything's like not cool.
You're like Jughead's at a boarding school and Polly's in a facility.
Center. Yeah. Toni begs Cheryl to get rid of Jason as she's been asking for weeks. And then Cheryl's like, okay, you'll go bury him. And Tony's like, I'll go get the shovels.
Like, get it out. Get it out.
Jughead finds an army enlistment flyer on it and is like, Marmaduke, what is this? Who told you about this? This is not the way. Which I love.
Uh-huh.
Betty is at school and sees kids dressed up as the Black Hood and Gargoyle King. And Principal Honey's like, hey, you two, no costumes. Reggie brings levity to the friends and wants to TP Principal Honey's office. And then Kevin's like, you know what? Sure, why not? Monroe comes in and is like, Dodger's pissed and he's going to go wild on Halloween night. Just go beat up and crack some heads. And Veronica's like, well, you should just host a Halloween party so you could keep all the kids at the community center, and then drops Katie Keene's name as someone who can help with costumes. The seminar, they show off their favorite scary stories. Apparently, there's a rumor at Stonewall of the Stonewall Four. They all disappeared without a trace. Later, Mr. Tripping tells Jughead that they all just dropped out. It's an urban legend.
Yeah, they transferred.
Yeah. Cheryl and Toni finish burying Jason. Okay, I cracked up at this scene because it's them coming back in after having buried Jason's body. But it is, again, the normalcy of it, of just whoo, what a day. They got their
hard work.
Yeah. Cheryl and Toni finish burying Jason. Toni finds a creepy doll on the couch, and Cheryl's like, oh, it's Jason's ghost. He's mad at us for burying him. And then Tony's pissed and throws away the doll. Donna visits Jughead with coffee while he researches the Stonewall Four. Jughead feels weird and then finds he was drugged. The other seminarees come in and grab him. Archie and Monroe are dressed... Oh, yeah, this is where they show off their costumes. Jellybean is dressed as Rosie the Riveter, and Betty, in her blue blouse, says she's dressed as Laurie Strode from Halloween. She answers the door to a little Black Hood and a little Gargoyle King. Jellybean then goes to play Minecraft while Betty waits for Jughead. Jughead wakes up in a coffin. They do a really good job with this because I'm extremely uncomfortable every single time Jughead comes back to him being stuck in this coffin.
As someone who doesn't like small spaces like that, I had to take a benzo to do an MRI, so there's no way I'm doing that. No, thank you.
No. Betty gets a call on the house phone. She only hears grunting before they hang up. She then gets another call who says it's the Black Hood and asks if she checked on the children lately. Veronica closes up Pops when a guy walks in and he's like, I could really use a cup of coffee and a meal. And she's like, fine, come on in and stay. It's Halloween party at the El Royale. Archie finds a kid with a switchblade, Eddie, and takes it from him. And it's like, Eddie, get this out of here. Dodger comes in and and Archie tells him to leave. Dodger calls the kid, Eddie, and he's like, you need to get to work. And Monroe steps up and tells Dodger to leave also. Cheryl and Toni are just Poison Ivy and Harley Quinn, and they hook up before getting interrupted by the twins crying on the baby monitor. They come outside to the front and find the babies asleep. Nana Rose is like, well, your brother was crying in the chapel. They find the doll sitting in there with a baby monitor, and Cheryl's like, oh my God, I'm not messing with you. It was totally his ghost. We should do a seance. Reggie and Kevin get caught vandalizing Principal Honey's office, and Honey asks to speak to Kevin alone, to which you checked in the background. You're like, does that spray paint says Jughead was here?
Mm-hmm.
So Reggie's trying to pin it on Jughead.
Who's locked in a coffin right now.
I know. Betty hears a noise and runs upstairs to find Jellybean passed out on the ground and what looks like her throat cut, but it was all prank. That's not cool.
In Betty's room.
Oh, it's in Betty's room?
I think it's in Betty's room. It could be Polly's, but I thought it was Betty's.
Oh. Betty answers the phone and they insist that they are the Black Hood, and they're like, the call is coming from inside the house. There's a knock at the door and Betty answers it with a fire poker. First I blow him, then I poke him. And it's Charles with pizza.
This made me want pizza so bad.
I know, watching this.
I've just been craving pizza, which is stupid. Yep. We had pizza last week.
Yeah. So I have high cholesterol. And so we can't have pizza all that often, but I've been really craving pizza, but we're planning on having it after Christmas during some of our travels there. So I got to be really good about it. I just have to have my cauliflower pizza bites and be okay.
It's hard, baby. Well, you have really high cholesterol and you're celiac.
That's right.
So you have to get them special pizzas.
I was fine for so many years.
You were not fine, and that's the issue.
Well, exactly. I didn't know. I was blissfully unaware. I just had tummy troubles and heartburn.
You had the worst heartburn.
Yeah. I had really bad heartburn. And
all the time Brenton would be just grabbing his chest, and I'm like, we're in our early 20s, and I'm like, oh my God, is he having a heart attack?
And I'm like, no, it's just heartburn. I've had it since I was 12.
No.
Which literally I had it since I was
and no one was like, we should run some tests.
Just take some Tums. I was also anemic from being celiac and not knowing it. So, I was doing really good.
He's the only man I've known who's been anemic.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that men can't be anemic.
Mm-hmm.
It's just that I've never met
Well,
one.
we break down barriers in my family because my dad has osteoporosis. The gender binaries, we throw them right out the window. Jughead is still stuck inside the box when his lighter goes out. Veronica delivers the man his food, and he shows her a picture of his family. Charles offers to trace the call when the Black Hood calls again. Honey says Kevin talks to Kevin alone. Honey is some weird stuff.
He's
for
a
both
weird
Kevin and
man.
Reggie. Yeah. He's like, hey, Kevin, you must feel alone after the past year. He's like, I doubt you'll even get into NYU like you planned because of the previous plays and stuff and trashing my office. And Kevin's like, okay, it was all Reggie's idea. And Honey's like, okay, you can go. He's doing psychological warfare on these children. Archie,
And what we learned is Kevin is a weak man.
Yeah. Unfortunately. Yeah. Archie tells Edgar to stay put while he goes... Not Edgar. I knew I wrote this down wrong when I did it, and I forgot to go back and change all my notes. Archie tells Eddie to stay put while he goes out the front to investigate trouble. And then Dodger and his boys are camping outside there. Dodger shows in his gun. Archie calls FP but gets his voicemail. Call the station! Thistle House uses a Ouija board to communicate with the doll. Cheryl continues to insist that Jason's ghost is there, but Nana Rose is like, it's Julian. Apparently Penelope was supposed to have triplets, but Cheryl absorbed the third.
That's my girl.
Yeah, that's not how that works. That was not a... Anyways.
That's my girl.
Yeah, but I'm also being like, oh yeah, that was another baby. It's like, that was not another baby.
It wasn't. No, it was not a baby.
Uh-huh.
She like that. It couldn't have. Yeah, that hasn't happened that late in the game.
Yeah. Penelope was so sad that she bought a doll and would raise the doll alongside the twins. But when the twins grew up, she's like, okay, time to put this doll away and then put it up in the attic. Toni thinks that the two Blossoms are working together to mess with her, and Tony's like, okay, fine. Jason, come back if the stupid haunting stops and the doll goes away. And then Cheryl's like, okay, I accept your terms. Honey asks Reggie if he's acting out because of his home abuse, and Reggie's like, what the fuck are you what? And then he's like, your peers are all laughing at you. And then he makes Reggie clean his office. It's fucked up.
It's fucked up. Not the cleaning part. He should make him clean it. He made the mess. But the
but
rest
like
of it.
where he's just like, yeah, do you act like this because your dad beats you?
Also, like, sir, you're a mandated reporter.
Yeah. Awful. Charles and Betty hash out the unspoken anger between them because she's like, why did you let my mom go undercover into this place? Why didn't you help her? And then he's like, I want to be part of the family, but I know it'll take time. They get a phone call and Betty plays into the Black Hood prank call to keep them on the line. They get the trace and it's apparently coming from Shady Grove Treatment Center where Polly is. Charles calls Shady Grove and says he's Edgar calling for Polly, and Polly picks up and is like, Edgar? And Betty's, would you like to say what Betty says?
No, bitch, it's your sister. I died. I was like, that is what the show should be.
Yep. And then Betty lays into her and Polly hangs up. We had to pause for a quick costume change.
Not because our dog was barking at us for the third time since we've tried to sit down to do this.
That's right.
If we ever don't upload the podcast, just know it's because Herman decided we were not allowed to. And it's crazy because obviously we've done this for a long time. We've had Herman the entire time we've done this. He used to sit with me. Do you think it's because we don't have a way for him to sit with me anymore?
We don't have the chair.
Oh my God. We're bad parents.
Oh.
Well, that explains everything. We need to get him a chair for in here, because he doesn't like to lay in his bed for very long. I think he finds it demeaning to be on the ground. He's like me in college. He loves an elevated surface.
Right.
He loves. I'm like a cat. I want to be up high, not too high. I'm a little afraid of heights, but 3 to 4 feet off the ground is a good height max. Not for him though. He's short. Maybe 2, 3. I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm not good with distance from the ground.
Maybe 6 inches? Half foot?
That's how tall he is?
Oh, you're talking about how tall? I'm talking about the bench.
Oh. The bench?
I got confused. What he's going to sit on? The chair.
Yeah, the chair.
Because I was having a separate thought.
I think
that
maybe
I'm like,
if we had a
just...
chair that was only 6 inches off the ground, that would be really sad. Oh my God, we get him a beanbag chair.
There you go.
I still think it'd be too low. I don't think he'd like that. It needs to be a little higher.
See, in my mind, I'm like, we should just get a podcasting bench.
Oh, for the two of us? And for him?
No, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
For the three of us.
We could get a little couch.
That's right.
That'd be cute.
That would be fun.
Well,
Anyways.
subscribe.
Yeah. I know. How are we going to pay for it? You know what? We
Maybe.
need more subscribers. We can open up that Patreon we were talking about. For $5 a month, you get to hear Emily's parents recapping Resident Alien, and you help us buy the podcasting couch.
And the best part is
/bench.
My father, who I love dearly, every now and then, well, he loves movies and he loves TV and he loves that, like all that stuff. But every now and then he'll decide something is a fact that is completely incorrect. And he will refuse to change his mind. He will not accept any other answers, and he will stick with it. So you might not be getting accurate information on the show, which I guess you're probably not here either. We're all doing our best.
That's true. We're doing our best.
But his best is really entertaining.
Exactly. See, that's what the $5 a month gets you.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
And then we can also do behind the scenes of us setting up the podcast bench. We can
That's right.
build the podcast bench on the Patreon.
For $10 a month.
Watching us build furniture is an upcharge.
That's right. That's for the higher tier members.
Could you imagine?
Yeah.
I'm like, don't you want to watch me quietly grind my teeth while I build the furniture?
For $50 a month, you get before and after photos.
The furniture or
The furniture.
relationship? Because no, we don't
Man,
fight when we
they're-
build furniture.
Their bank account, actually. Anyways, back to the recap. Veronica goes to bring the guy who came into the restaurant. This is mostly recap for me. It's you already know this. Just I'm like, okay, what scene are we in again? Brings the guy the pumpkin pie when the news comes on. It's like, a man escaped from Shady Grove and he's a serial killer named the Family Man. Pretty good name. And he makes his victims cook him food before he kills them. And she's like, wait, I cooked him food. And I think, why he kill me? And he also killed a trucker and stole their clothes. She then runs into Bon Wee while he chases after her. She shuts off the lights, and he comes down to find her, and he and lights a Zippo lighter, and she throws gasoline on him and lights him on fire.
There's a lot of Zippo lighters in this episode.
There are.
Which,
yeah.
don't get me wrong, I love a Zippo lighter. That's what I really wanted for my 18th birthday from my boss when I worked at that ice cream shop. He kept buying me knives.
And you're like, I just want a Zippo.
And I was like, I want a pink Zippo.
Yeah.
To light the candles. I didn't smoke, so to light the candles when we took out ice creams. I used to steal one of my coworkers. His name was Esteban. I'd steal a Zippo to light them because I liked that, like, you could play with it.
Yeah, you're just doing that next to people's tables. Do you want those lit?
I was always way in the back when I was playing with the lighter because I was very afraid of burning myself or someone else.
That's fair.
I hated using the matches.
Unfortunately for this scene, it's CGI fire. It doesn't look as good. Just set a man on fire. Like we used to do.
And the insurance companies love you.
Just saying they did it for years in Hollywood.
You saying they should light a man on fire while wearing my blanket robe thing.
That's right.
The epitome
I'm just
of
saying.
a white man with a microphone deciding that other people are too soft.
Exactly. They need to light men on fire. It just, yeah. Oof. That was in the back of the throat. That didn't feel good. It just looked better. He says some people to do this. Anyways.
In Le Bon Oui, though?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, people often, yeah. There was a whole season of Only Murders in the Building about this.
That's true. About stunt workers.
Yep. Archie gets
I was like, about lighting people on fire?
specifically lighting someone on fire. Yeah, it plays a key role.
You're right.
Archie gets confirmation from FP that he's on the way. Archie finds that Eddie's not inside and hears gunshots. And then FP and Archie both come outside and find that Eddie got shot. Charles.
Why?
God knows. Charles says Betty would be great for the junior FBI training program and they could work together figuring out who's sending the videotapes. The day after Halloween, Reggie finishes cleaning up the office and Honey escorts him out. Reggie finds his car teepeed in, his windshield bashed in, and his window smashed. And Honey's like, oh, must have been some hooligans. Jesus. Cheryl brushes Jason's hair as Tony
Imagine
looks
being
upset.
an adult man and having that much hatred for teenagers.
I know. Jesus Christ. Jughead is asleep in the coffin when dirt starts pouring in. Turns out it was a like hazing thing. Or sorry, wait.
That was a dream.
Yeah, the dirt start pouring in. That's a dream. And then he wakes up and he hears noises. And then he like smashes on the coffin and Mr. Chipping lets him out. And it turns out he was confined in Mr. Chipping's office. And then the other seminaries come in. And turns out Jughead was hazed. And Brett's like, well, you can just leave like Stonewall. And Jughead's like, I'm good. Archie visits Eddie in the hospital and he's like, we can help you if you hang at the center. And Eddie's like, but after the center closes, I'm back out on the streets. You don't know what it's like. I got to run with the Jets. Archie.
We watched West Side Story not too long ago.
That's right. We've been on a good movie kick lately.
We have been.
West Side Story. Fantastic. This is the new one. Fantastic movie. If minus Ansel Elgort, whatever his name is. Unfortunately, he's in it. But the rest of the movie, really great.
Yeah, Rachel Zegler.
Rachel Zegler's great. Give me a minute and I'll look up the rest of the cast because they're really great too. But we also watched Pretty Woman.
Mm-hmm. Brenton had never seen Pretty Woman.
It's all right.
It's not the best film in the world, but like the fact that you hadn't, like, it's such a quintessential reference point.
Yeah.
And that you hadn't seen it to me was bad. It's like when I had to show you Breakfast Club.
Yeah, exactly.
I was like, but you, like, that's a you movie. You would have watched Breakfast Club.
I would have watched Breakfast Club. I feel like I just kept waiting for Breakfast Club to happen to me because so many people talked about watching Breakfast Club that I was like, oh, like, I don't need to seek it out on my own. I'll just watch it at some point. Someone will put it on. Never happened.
When you married me, woman who can't remember.
But Pretty Woman, just okay. But I understand why people were like, "Oh, Julia Roberts is amazing."
Yeah, no, she is the movie.
Yeah, she does a great job. It's not called Interesting Man.
It's not called Man anything.
And then we watched Wake Up Dead Man last night.
Mm-hmm.
Great
movie.
movie.
Really good.
Really good.
I want
mystery.
Benoit Blanc's suits.
Oh, he's got the best suits. And
You'd
I
look
like
so
his
cute
boots
in the
too.
little flare legs with the little boots, I think.
With the little heels.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Like the ballroom dancers, the men wear like a little heel. Like a lot of those shoes have a little heel to it.
Yeah. But yeah, really
I'm assuming
fun.
it's to like help you shift your weight to the ball of your feet. I'm not 100% certain. Or maybe that's just how those shoes were made.
Yeah.
I mean, men used to wear heels, so like it could also just be like a stylistic thing, you know?
Totally. Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know.
But yeah, $5 get you more movie thoughts.
Maybe we'll actually research things before we talk about them.
We do for the most part, and I just have to remember some things. Archie wonders how he can help against Dodger, and Veronica's like, well, let's clean up the streets. And then Archie's like thinking about like being a vigilante. I'm like, did we learn nothing? Toni found the doll in the shower, and Cheryl's like, I didn't have anything to do with that. And Nana Rose.
He was on the bed when she got out of the shower.
Oh, I thought he was in the shower.
I thought he was on the bed when she got out of the shower.
Oh.
But I could be wrong.
I was like, and then Nana Rose is like, it's Julian. Jughead comes back to the dorm room and finds Marmaduke gone. He calls Betty, worried about him, and they catch up. And we find out that Charles, we see, the audience, that Charles has tapped Betty's phone and is listening into the conversation. Jughead says, I feel good that if I ever went missing, you'd be the one to find me. Cut to FP and Betty in the coroner's office in the future, identifying Jughead's body. The end.
Like, I feel like the big thing at this time, too, where, like, all the rumors was, like, Cole Sprouse doesn't want to be on Riverdale. Cole Sprouse is quitting Riverdale. And so, like, that played into this really well.
Mm-hmm. Totally.
You know what I mean? Like, I think that was, like, part of it.
Yeah. No, I can see that really feeding that rumor. He wants out.
Yeah, so they're going to kill him off. And, like, this is the season they're killing him off. And it's like, you can't kill off Jughead, unfortunately.
Yeah, he's pretty important.
I guess fortunately, he doesn't. Jughead as a character doesn't bother me right now. I like Jughead when he's off doing his thing.
Totally. No, I don't mind. I really don't mind any of the characters.
No. Archie's the most annoying.
They're just put in weird situations for the most part.
Yeah. I like Archie when I'm watching him, and then when I think about Archie as a concept, I don't like Archie.
Exactly. But the Jughead murders now, again, going back to Benoit Blanc, I'm just imagining in Benoit Blanc's voice of him investigating this.
Exactly. Now we got a body. But how is he not dead?
Exactly.
I can't do the Benoit Blanc accent. I was just doing the timing.
Yeah. Oh, I don't think I have a Benoit Blanc either. We'll work on it.
I don't have it.
We'll come back.
I don't really do accents or like impersonations very well.
Yeah.
I'm so authentically myself. I can't pretend to be anyone else.
Speaking of accents in that movie, oh God. Never mind. We'll come back. I can't remember any actor's name, and this has plagued me for about 2 hours, or not 2 hours.
You're talking about Andrew.
Yep.
And from
Fleabag.
He's the hot priest.
Yep.
His name is
Andrew Scott.
Thank you.
And there's a scene where he has to call someone a shit weasel, and he's trying so hard not to let the accent slip out when he's saying weasel.
It's so good.
Oh, really bad. Okay. And then I also wanted to look at
West Side Story
2022 because or is it 2021? I wanted to call out a couple people. Ariana DeBose is really good.
Mm-hmm.
Best dancer in that whole thing. And then Mike Faust. Or
Yes.
Feist. Incredible. So good.
He was in my dream last night.
Oh.
We were like,
That's
he like
fun.
worked at the same company I did, and we were like talking. I don't know. It was just, like, it was very casual, but I was like, he was in my dream.
That's cool.
Yeah, it wasn't like weird. You know what I mean? Like it was just like we were
Hey,
just
we're
talking.
just
Yeah,
hanging
he
out.
was just like a coworker.
That's cool. That's a good coworker, I think.
Yeah, I mean, no, I was still working in HR. It was not good.
Oh, okay. Yeah, apologies.
But regardless, here we are. Jughead's dead. We don't know why, so we're not going to worry about it.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter to me.
No, it really doesn't.
What does matter to me is that Charles is listening in to Betty and Jughead's call, and I can't remember why.
It is like playing with, at least in this, that he's like controlling, like that he made up that whole situation.
Yeah, did he manipulate this with the whole Polly thing?
Yeah. But then you also kind of wonder, it's like, well, Polly was really excited that Edgar called her. Like, was she
Yeah.
actually doing this? And Charles is just like using it to his advantage, I guess.
Yeah.
And he's just like an weird FB. He's just a weirdo. So he's just like tapping in to see if
He
like,
just wants to be like a part of the family, and so
Sandy
he's like
doesn't
trying
know
to
how.
learn what's going on in their lives. I
Right.
feel like that might be what it is.
It is, yeah,
I
that
can't
he's-
remember.
just kind of a weird guy.
Yeah. Well, yeah. The only plot point of his I remember is a little down the line. But we'll get to that when we get to that.
Exactly.
For right now, let's talk about the videotapes
Mm-hmm.
of the town. Is this going to come up again? Is this a recurring thing? I guess so, because Betty and Charles are going to work on it
I think
together.
this is the only thing that comes out of this. Not the only thing. I shouldn't say that.
No, it's
It's the main recurring mystery. I think,
Well, the
going
main
forward.
mystery, I think, is what they're giving us at the end of the episodes. It's the Jughead being dead, because that's the taste they're leaving in your mouth when
Right,
you
right.
finish.
Yeah. Of like, what happens?
Exactly. Like, what happened to Jughead?
Mm-hmm.
How do we get here? Which I think is a fun, like, storytelling device. It feels very Pretty Little Liars. Remember, like the A scenes?
Oh, yes. But I think there's something about, I don't know, maybe just because I'm like, well, I wonder what that is. It doesn't quite work for me when it doesn't have context.
I think
I'm like,
that's
that is
true.
interesting that there's like, I guess it could lead to a sense of foreboding, but at least for me, I'm just kind of like, well, okay. wonder what
I
that
think
is.
because we like know Jughead doesn't die, and like everyone knows Jughead doesn't die. The show, like, I don't think that's a spoiler. Like, the show has been on for
Right. I just don't know. Maybe I don't know if I felt different when it was airing because we watched this live, but I can't remember.
I remember like thinking about it, but I was like, there's no way they let him out of that contract.
Right. Cole Sprouse, you kidding me?
Oh, I guess I don't know when they renewed contracts, but I just, yeah. It is, I think that's what they're trying to leave us with is that,
Yeah.
like, what happened to Jughead?
Mm-hmm.
Which is interesting. I think the Stonewall Prep stuff is really interesting. I think it would have been fun if they had transferred all of the kids to Stonewall Prep.
Yeah.
Like, if they had been like, oh my gosh, we have to close your school because you have no principal, and so you're all going to Stonewall Prep.
Mm-hmm.
And then, because, like, I think most of the parents are checked out by now, like the actors. So, like,
Yeah. Did we already mention if this is Skeet Ulrich's last season?
I can't remember which one's Skeet Ulrich's last season, if it's this one or the next one.
Let me go check.
It's while they're living in this house together that he leaves.
It's coming up soon, if it's either this season or the next season.
Totally.
Oh, you can keep going while I track this down.
The other thing I think about from this episode.
Season 5 is when he leaves.
Okay.
Hi, everyone. Brenton here in the edit. Quick correction on when he leaves. So Skeet Ulrich and Marisol Nichols were announced that they are leaving the show in season 4, but due to COVID contingencies and things, they did not leave the show until after the first 3 episodes of season 5. And then Marisol Nichols shows up as a guest star in a couple later seasons. So, yeah, that's it. Back to the episode.
The other thing I think about from this episode, what they're playing with is like urban legend versus ghost story versus haunting versus like just terrifying murderer. Like, they really put it all in this one. Because you've got like the ghost at Cheryl's house. You've got the urban legend of the Stonewall 4. You've got whoever's filming everyone's house. You've got the guy who tries to kill Veronica. She's very casual about this, I fear. Like, she just handles her shit.
Yeah, she does.
But I guess she is like a mob boss's daughter.
That's right. Can't cat her out.
But she wasn't aware she was one for a long time. Like, you know.
She's had a lot happen to her over the past few years.
Yeah, she really has it going. Like, on for her. You know, she really knows what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
I think the Jughead part is terrifying.
Oh my God.
Except you never accept a drink from someone at a new school.
No.
Just don't.
Mm.
Don't accept coffee from other people.
No, unless you see them like pour the coffee. You know, if they're like, can I get you a coffee? And you go, sure. And they buy you a coffee, or they're literally like, here's the community craft that I'm.
Exactly. I think that the hazing plotline is like kind of like, it's like, it makes sense for where he is and like what it is. But like it being in the teacher's classroom is like wild.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Mr. Chipping has no authority.
No authority, and no one locks their fucking doors.
No. And he's just like, well, I don't know what I can do. That's just what they do here.
Yeah. He's like, oh, well, oh, darn. So I'm like, oh, were you in on it, Mr. Chipping?
Right. Yeah, totally. It makes it seem like he is.
Mm-hmm. The adults are suspicious. Polly's alleged coming after her sister feels right, you know?
Yeah. Like we said, Polly has been all over the place.
The no bitch is your sister is my Arya the bitch can see moment in this episode, in this season.
So good. Really, Reinhardt just like laying it out there is so good.
She's good, you know?
Mm-hmm.
To be able to do all this, you have to be good.
Yeah.
I think that the Julian ghost thing, I didn't remember this at all. I remembered the doll, but I thought it was Jason the whole time.
Yeah, I thought it was too. I didn't remember that there was like supposedly a triplet.
Mm-hmm. But I think that the big mystery really is Charles a creep, or does he just want a family?
Yeah.
What do you think?
I think it is he wants a family, but I can't remember.
Me neither. He might be a creep.
Yeah. Famous last words for us, I guess.
I'm trying to think if there's anything else in these episodes. I mean, like, I think they're pretty and they're fun and they're well done, but there's not like a lot to dig into.
It's just kind of a fun. It's a
Halloween episode.
Yeah, grab bag of like references.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, I did want to talk about I mean, I guess we did already. The Reggie stuff is so wild.
Yeah, it's so fucked
No
up.
wonder Reggie acts the way he does.
Yeah.
He's getting this at school too. I would hate all adults. Like,
yeah.
It's over the line and messed up. Another, again, add it to the sense of whatever other horror going on is like the person in charge of manipulating you.
Totally. Yeah.
Abusing power.
Yeah. No.
It's dark.
It's very dark.
But yeah. I don't really have too much else to say.
Well,
just kind of references.
Yeah. If you had a favorite reference and you're a scary movie person,
yeah,
send it to us. Let us know. Comment it. Send it to our email, deadendspcast@gmail.com.
That's right.
Comment it on the YouTube. Comment it. That's really the only place we look.
Or Instagram.
Yeah, comment it on our Instagram. If you could leave a comment on Spotify, I'm never going to see it. I love it. Please do it. I don't look.
Yeah,
it's not my journey. It's none of my business. Maybe Apple Music if I'm feeling good, but definitely not for this kind of...
Well, that's a review. Leave a nice review.
Leave a nice review, but...
We appreciate reviews on Spotify as well, or whatever podcatcher you have.
Exactly. But...
We're also on Blue Sky at Dead-Ends.
Mm-hmm.
And is there anything else that we're missing there? I think that's all the plugs that you covered.
Thank you.
Yeah. All the art is done by Vendrnik, and you can find the link to their Tumblr in all the podcast descriptions.
Well,
do you want to start this time?
We don't fit in.
We're not gonna fit in.
And we love you.
And we love you so much.
And you fit in with us.
That's right.
And Jughead always fits in. That's right.
As discussed last
always
time.
fits in. Okay.
Yeah.
I should let this go. Heart rate's gonna get high.
The $5 feed gets you the heart rate feed as well.
You get to see my Apple Watch monitor. I link my Apple Watch to the Patreon. God, you guys can watch me have panic attacks in real time. Oh my God, it's going to be so fun as a collective.
There was a cut there because you see after that, it just suddenly cuts to where she has a lower heart rate. Love you guys.
Love you.